Hello to my Virgos. Let's see what kind of week you're going to have in terms of your relationships. First relationship is with you. Let's see if you're still at peace. Let's see if you are still at peace. Let's see if you're still at peace with yourselves. Let's get it. So the moon is moving back into Libra. That's why you're still at peace with yourselves. The moon moves into Libra. We want to live a beautiful and peaceful life filled with harmonious relationships here on Earth. This magical place called Earth. After you finish hugging some trees and getting grounded. I think your previous reading, somebody was doing some horseback riding or something. Kind of sort of doing some grounding or something. But just like reconnecting with nature. But yeah, so whenever the moon moves into Libra, that's when you want to practice receiving, trusting, and asking for equal and just exchange. Meaning, basically, if you want people to see the good in you, you got to be able to see the good in them. That's really also all, you know. You got to be able to see the good in them. And I'm talking about sincerity, you know, sincerity. So let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. Justice card, Judgment card. Here we have Five of Cups. Talking to you ever. Yeah. So you're putting the past behind you. Here's the Justice and Judgment card. Right? Taking some things off of your internal scales, just like putting the past behind you, putting a manhole cover over it, you know, just putting the past behind you and just moving on. Yeah. Five of Cups. Putting the past behind you, past emotions, sealing it off airtight, moving on from something, right? Staying focused. Here we have the Seven of Wands. You'll be able to defend your decision and move on from something without even coming across as defensive. In other words, somebody just decided to just move on from these dark comments that's assuming the worst about people. So a source is saying you're free from all of that. Free. Free yourselves. You got to think the worst about people. So it's just like, that's the energy you're putting out to the universe. It'll come back to you. So all high vibrational. Keep it high vibrational. So yeah, so you're trying to break a generational cycle, chain, and curse. There could be a fire sign attached to something that instigated something. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or they could be on the cusp. You know, we'll be on the cusp. We had a, let me see, what would be on the cusp? We had a full moon in Aries. What's on the cusp of Aries? Taurus. It'll be a Taurus involved in something. We're going to have a full moon in Taurus this in this next cycle. But yeah, source is saying somebody instigated something, you know, got something started, you know, and the number 6 looks like a rounded back with a bulging belly, right? So somebody could have been holding on to some boiling hot, when we talk about water and fire here, like some boiling hot emotions about something. Some rage, anger, frustration about something from the past. And so source is saying time to put a manhole cover over the back over that, move on from something. And so this is the wheel of the year. So source is definitely going to make sure, you know, this is going to be your year to be fortunate. Whatever it is you're trying to create, both in your personal and your professional life, that's what you're motivated to focus on. All that other mess concerning other people's drama, you want no parts of that. Somebody, whatever other drama, people trying to get you wrapped up or wound up in something, no, you're just like, you don't want any parts of something. So yep, you're moving on. So source is actually approving you for something. Some money is coming across your path, so congratulations to you. Here's the Six of Pentacles again, and number 6, right? Here's the Temptations card. So the devil is really in the details of everything. The devil really is in the details. Source is saying this is really about balance. It is, if you want people to see the light in you, you're going to have to be willing to see the light in them, right? We are all divine beings of light who are having human experiences. Everybody, see, this person is looking down. Everybody has a past. Everybody has a past. So it's just saying really about in terms of relationships, and this is moon in Libra, just practicing receiving, trusting, and asking for equal and just exchange. But when you have miserable energies, misery loves company. We hear that all the time. When you have misery in the midst of anything that's trying to develop, right? You see the 6 like a bulging something, like a bulging belly, like something is trying to develop. You got misery planting seeds in something. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to develop relationship with your kids or grandkids, and you got people that's instigating making things worse. That would be an example of that, right? So let's say you got family members who are trying to plant seeds, and that seed is growing. They're instigating something. Or you got a best friend and somebody is trying to start something, trying to come in between something. They have their own agenda. Misery loves company. So it's just saying there's something where you're going to have to stop learning how to go with the flow, and saying, okay, no, hey, listen, I got my own brain, my own mind. I know how to, look at things objectively. That's when the moon moves through Virgo, like I know how to look at things objectively. I know how to step outside of a situation, and I know how to look through things with a different lens, right? That's what Source is trying to tell you, is like not just going along with the flow of looking at everybody as the devil. Like, again, Source created this. Source created the devil, right? So that means that everybody has temptations. Everybody has, but everything's not the devil, right? Everybody is not the devil. So anyway, so Source is saying, anyway, so I see you being booked and busy, not burdened and bitter. I see you moving on. So back in the saddle, moving on, from something. Here we have the 7 of Wands here. So 2 situations in particular are complete. You're moving on. 2 situations are complete, right? Somebody's learning how to move on from very shady energy. See all this shade right here? Somebody's learning how to move on from shady energies. People who just allude to something, just very dark, energies, and just learning how to move on from that. So yeah, when the moon moves through Virgo, that's where you don't want to be attached to other people's drama. So, or whatever it is. So you'll be able to defend your decision to move on from some things without even coming across as defensive. In other words, you're saying, okay, I'm looking at things through my own lens. I don't need somebody else's shade, the input in something. I can just move on. Put a manhole cover over something and just move on. I'm not looking for people's charity, their acceptance, their approval. I'm getting some rest. So congratulations to you. You're moving on from the past disappointments. So yeah, moving on. Yeah, saving yourselves. Here we have the Knight of Cups here. And I feel like somebody may be focusing on their own mental health, because the 4 of Cups could maybe like speaking to depression, or just feeling like, maybe feeling like your back was against the wall, as far as something is concerned, or like maybe you felt your cups were emptied or poured out of something, and just being around shady people, you may have felt like you were burned out or stressed out or whatever, right, about something. But Source is helping you to move on from some things. It's like helping you to just kind of sort of just move on, like I said. But it's definitely showing you the cracks in some energies. When you move on from some things, it just shows you cracks in foundations. Here we have the 2 of Pentacles here. All right, showing you cracks in some foundations. So here we have the King of Pentacles here, right? So helping you to move on. It'll help people to stop jumping to conclusions about things, and really just kind of sort of just start kind of sort of seeing, like looking at things. So what this is right here is like how people jump to conclusions about you and your relationships. Because I feel like love is coming across somebody's path, right? There are going to be some people who are going to look at your relationship, whoever you are with, it doesn't really matter. And they're going to jump to conclusions. They'll be very shady about it, right? And shade is hurtful. They'll be very, very shady. They'll be fixated on, oh, they know this type of paper, or oh, you and that sign don't get along. Oh, y'all not, that's not going to last. That's not going to work. They're gonna just come out and say it. They just gonna or they allude to it. They will be like very shady about it. And if you're still in this mindset of looking for their acceptance and looking for their approval for anything, you all are perfectionists. You will try to kind of have these warm side conversations. You'll keep warming up to, because you're a mutable sign, you'll keep warming up to giving them what they want until you are literally exhausted. So what Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to do is break that generational cycle, chain, and curse within yourself. Get delivered from keep warming up to energies who keep trying to make you prove something. That's what Source is trying to help you to do. When you're trying to discover something, you're on this discovery, you're trying to understand something as far as like emotional connections, right? So when we have excuse me, water can connect us also with fertility, with growth, like creativity, with children. There are people still trying to figure out who their parents are. That could be a journey that people are going on. There's still family members. I saw a video, Virgo, with this young lady it wasn't on Instagram, excuse me, it was on YouTube, where this young lady, it looks like they were at this, I don't even know what it's called. There's like this outdoor, I don't know if it was a cookout or what, it was outdoor something, but it didn't look like it wasn't one of those wooden cookout tables. It was like some kind of outdoor enclosure or whatever. But and I don't know why somebody would put this on film and put this on Instagram, because this young lady was just finding out that the woman that she had always called mom was really her aunt. And her entire family knew it and never told her. And they filmed it and put it on YouTube for the whole world to see. This young lady was so embarrassed and so hurt. And I was just like, what is wrong with families? Like, why do they do that? And then all this shade going around, And she had to ask this person online, like, asking a grandmother, asking this person, like, you all knew this and never said. Then story, well, somebody was young, they didn't know. All of this on for likes and for views and visits. So Source is saying, sometimes people just say, you know what? This is the Five of Cups here. Sometimes people learn how to save themselves. It's like, save themselves the darkness and just move on, of having to just fill in blanks. That's what Source is trying to tell you moving forward, is before you connect with people who, and that's what this entire cycle was about, was just like impulsive energies. Before you connect with people who jump to conclusions about other people and align yourself with people who assume everybody is lying about stuff, and so everybody got to prove every little physical thing when people are trying to find out stuff, you are going to, because you've gained enough knowledge and information about something at this point, where Source is saying you got love coming across your path, and people are going to be shady. This right here, they are going to be shady. They're going to jump to conclusions, and you're going to choose one or two things. Either you're going to say, hey, listen, I'm not looking for your acceptance and your approval. Think what you want to think, but I'm about to cut ties with you. I can make my own decisions for myself. Or you're going to go back to keep having these warm fireside chats where people are still believing that you're not telling them the whole truth about something. One or two things are going to happen. But eventually, you're going to let something rest in peace, and you're going to move away. You're going to move on from something. Eventually, you're going to say, you know what? The devil is in the details. Misery loves company. Some people want people to prove every little thing to them. So, Source is saying to you, somebody has, something has happened. Looking at your cards here, Virgos, where you're putting a manhole cover over something. You're moving on from something. All these mind games, playing chess, pawns, all of this stuff. Either you being used as a pawn in a chess game. Somebody is moving on from that. Here's the Knight of Swords. You're staying focused and getting some rest. It's three energies you're saying you're staying for. And actually, it was actually three, but it's like it looks like it's two, but it's like the devil is in the middle, like the devil is in the details. Yep, you're free. There's a death card. You can leave some things behind, a particular belief system behind. You're leaving a particular belief system behind. So, about some energies. Particular belief system behind. Oops. Particular belief system behind. This looking at the cards here, the what was I going to say looking at the cards here? I was going to say something. Yeah, so certain when I look at this, it's like that moon card speaks to, it's connected to Pisces, which is your polarity sign. And so Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac. It's the I believe sign. It's very compassionate zodiac sign. It's a sign that's known for its compassion. It's ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, right? So something has inspired you to dream big again. Somebody or something has inspired you to dream big again, right? Through your prayers, by being a prayer warrior, right? And even just through having warm fireside chats, there was no shade, there was no nothing, just somebody or people just wanting you to just do well, really. Those people are not rare. Those people actually exist, but you got to raise your frequency to come in contact with those kind of people who don't want anything from you. They just want to see you do well. Those people will pray for you, no shade. They're not going to pray on you, right? So Source is saying free yourself. You can free yourselves because you got love coming across your path. And I'm telling you, people will judge it. They will sit there and judge it, especially if they feel like you're looking to be accepted or approved in a family, your family, an organization, a group, job, whatever. If you give them access, if you give them access. Here we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. And they will think that you are crazy. You know, they will think that you are crazy. They will think that you are lying. They will think that you are this dark energy. They'll think that you don't know who you are when you look in the mirror. It'll be like carbon copy of what you may have thought about somebody else. They will think, or say, this person, like, I just can't see them two together. I can't see, they must have a motive. I just can't put them two together. I can't. Why would Virgo choose them? That's what this is, right? Why would Virgo choose? I just can't see them together. So that's what I'm seeing here in your cards. So Source is saying, I see you being booked and busy and not burdened and bitter, because now you're in the light about something. Yep, now you're in the light about something. So before you go, and that's what Source is trying to tell you, is like, now you're in the light about something. Yeah, we're moving on. Moving on. Finally moving on. Learning how to be more conservative with your time. Ace of Coins is some kind of a new beginning happening here. Some kind of a new beginning. New beginning. New seeds being planted. So somebody could be relocating, or just like I said, you could be, like I said, new seeds being planted. Just pulling up some weeds about some things. But yeah. Queen of Cups here. New level of compassion. Just putting some things behind you and moving on. But we are not each other's saviors. That's the main thing. We're not each other's saviors. We are not each other's saviors. Here we have 10 of coins and focusing on legacy. Focusing on legacy. Legacy wealth. So, judgment. Yep, source is saying people are going to judge you like I said, somebody has love coming across their path, but people are going to judge you by whoever this new energy coming across your path. Source is basically saying you're free to love who you want to love, but whoever it is. And when I say love coming across your path, it could literally be a new hobby that you love. It's not always a person. It could be a new hobby that you love. It could be a person, place, or thing. You could love traveling. People are going to judge that. Why do you want to go there? Or why are you interested in listening to that kind of music? Why are you interested in it? I mean, judging everything. But they would only be if you give them access to it. But that's what's coming across your path. And so Sources says teaching you the level of compassion at this point and not to call people crazy. They don't know who they are. When they look in the mirror, they automatically lying about something when people could have been lied to their whole lives. Looking at the cards here. So something is over. Something is over. You're moving on. Here's the Sun card. So you're being successful. See you moving forward. See you moving forward, right? So time to do the mirror work. Time to really, really do the mirror work. And main thing is that Source is saying you're building, like I said, building a new legacy here. You're moving on from energies who jump to conclusions about people. That's what you're moving on from. Assuming that everybody's a snake. Snakes is rebirth. Kundalini experience. Spiritual awakening. Closing out a cycle. You deserve the best. Somebody is amongst the incubi and succubi. You are who they prayed for. You put yourselves first. Somebody is an incubus. That's a male sex demon. You don't necessarily have to sleep with someone to be affected by their demons. Like just being around them could affect you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So give somebody an example of that, right? Let's say you have a colleague. You've never been intimate with them. Let's say you have a colleague. And they basically get you entangled in something. Basically, they're married. They could be married to a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. They get you entangled in something. Or it could be a friend of yours. And they always talking about cheating on their person, right? They always talk about cheating on person. Hey, can you run interference for me? Can you cover for me? Can you say I was at your house? Can you say, you don't have to sleep with somebody. Just the fact that you're entangled in that. Or you have an event at your house and it's supposed to be couples or maybe single people or whatever. That they have somebody and they bring somebody else. You know what I'm saying? They always somebody else. They always got somebody else. He's like, what in the world? I thought you was married. I thought you was, not that you judging them, but at the same time, you're like, what? You bring all these different spirits, so anyway. That's kind of, and it, that kind of thing. So Source is saying to you, not like you're harshly judging anybody, but you're not their savior, but you're also at the same time just helping to like maybe educate somebody without being shady, about, certain things either. So Source is saying love up on yourselves more, but there are signs all around you. Much better lies ahead. Somebody is still telling lies about you, but you don't care at this point. And you don't know what kind of energies they have on them if they have not done a spiritual detox themselves, right? Again, you're not harshly judging anybody, but I'm seeing like demons of rage, do anything for money, just like basically cutthroat, calling people crazy. And these are people that they say that they love, all kinds of stuff, jumping to conclusions, just like this can control themselves in some way. and so will cause people to move on from them, and then, they on this is their way or the highway. I gotta get this energy back in some way, shape, form. If I get them back for what though? Like, this is, like I said, spreading all this. I mean, anyway, so source is saying to you, somebody's still telling lies about you, but at this point you don't care. Things are starting to flow to you like water. I have been saying to you all for a long time, you are in a parallel universe with somebody, and the stories are identical. The stories are identical, or at least very close. You have the gift of precognition. This is foreknowledge, but it's all becoming clearer now. Some toxic masculinity going on there. But you have the gift of premonition. That's forewarning. So take your time to decide. Your ancestors are very proud of you. It's time to expand your brand, but it's time to also do the mirror work. Your well of joy is within you. Pray and meditate, but journal your journey. Step through the portal. Wealth is within your reach. 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 Yeah, wealth is within your reach. Faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive anything beyond I imagine. Yeah, compassion is key here. What else we got? What else? Yeah, so communication about and to are ending. Communication to and about are ending. Yeah, nothing will come of the situation. Yeah, nothing will come of the situation. This is void of the course moon. Yeah, void of the course moon. Surrender to the divine. That's right. Surrender to the divine. All right, that's what I have for you all. So yeah, make it a peaceful week. A peaceful relationship with yourselves. Very peaceful relationship with yourselves. But families out here just doing a lot. But anyway, 222. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. So 222. So balance it out. Keep a balance out. That's what source is trying to tell you, that you're trying to break. You, and the Judgment card came out. Let me see. Yeah, it came out twice, because you and somebody are trying to I'm gonna put this High Priestess card up here twice. What you and somebody are trying to do are break generational cycles, chains, and curses, and move away from this belief system. People have this belief system that High Priestess gifts are this dark demonic thing, this dark whatever, right? People assume that it's just darkness when it's really intuition, having access to the unknown, right? So you're moving forward in faith, and here we have you're surrendering to the divine, right? So that's what it is. That's what it is, and just getting away from the mind games, everything has to be proven when people are still trying to find stuff out themselves, all of this. That's what Source is trying to help you learn how to do. It's like there's no such thing as a perfect human being. People are just trying to find things out on their own. So that is what I have for you. I will see you all in the next video. Make it a peaceful week. Love, affirmations for love. My heart is open to receive the love that is rightfully mine. All guilt is now smashed and abolished. I operate under the law of grace. I am connected to the continuous source of infinite and abundant love and light. That's right. That's what I have for you, Virgos. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all in the next video. Make it a peaceful week. Bye.